Welcome back to another episode of the Vexter Test. It's been a little bit. Missed you guys. I am your host, Monksblood. We are here where we talk all things CDL, esports, gaming, streaming, weather, and more.
Oh, you forgot beer in there, Monks. Come on.
Yeah, there's some beer talk if you want.
We do talk a little beer talking here occasionally.
Salud, as they say, and
In France, I think. Yeah, that sounds about right. In Paris, maybe. In Paris.
Salud. Is that maybe Ireland?
Salud or salut?
Salud?
Salut is French.
What's salud?
Irish. I think that might be a salad.
He goes, I don't mess with the Irish that much. That's
I love the Irish, but
that's my buddy right there, Mr. Illing, the international scholar.
It's back.
International businessman too. He's making money. Dude, my cat is freaking out right now.
Yeah, not so much a scholar anymore. More of a international worker.
Yeah, businessman.
Mm-hmm. We'll go with that. Yeah.
Beautiful. In this episode, we're gonna talk mostly CDL Major 2 recap. How have you been, bud? It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, busy. Busy with work, obviously. And then, I mean, it's been a weird week. You know, last weekend we didn't have any Call of Duty. I didn't have anything to watch.
Yeah, it is weird.
I almost went a little stir crazy.
Watch
with
like
not
sports?
having any COD. Yeah, I watched a bit of sports.
Some soccer?
Honestly. Yeah, but no, actually, I watched the golf. It was the Masters weekend.
Oh, yeah,
so I was watching the golf this weekend.
Thinking about getting into that.
Golf's a great game. I love it. I love playing it. I love watching it.
Oh, you shoot?
Oh, yeah.
But there's some good courses out there. Probably cheap, too, to play.
Around me, there are a couple of good ones, yeah.
Yeah, probably cheap to play. My cat, I don't know what the Hey, you're ruining... We're in a show right now. What are you doing? My cat just bit my leg. Like, what are we doing?
I don't know.
I gotta
This
put
is
her
why
down.
cats should not be allowed in the gaming room.
Actually, you're right. Fill some time. I'm kicking her out. You're going.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do this week. We're gonna talk Major 2. I mean, look, it's one of those things. I keep saying it. This season gets better and better and better every single week. And I mean, look, we kicked it off with honestly one of the most ridiculous days of Call of Duty. That Thursday, everyone kind of expected maybe a lot of 3-0s in there, and it's exactly what happened. I mean, I expected New York Subliners to pick up a map on that first day. They didn't. Seattle was a 3-0. Everyone
That was
saw
crazy.
Coming. No, wait. Everyone
Optic?
saw a 3-0 in that game, but no one saw it go in the way of Seattle Surge.
Nobody.
Seattle Surge absolutely destroyed Optic.
That was insane.
The best team in the CDL over the last couple of weeks got absolutely dismantled.
It was nuts.
On the first day of the major. It was crazy. And then obviously Boston Breach winning against Gorillas. Kind of everyone saw that coming. Mutineers turned up, beat the Ravens on the first day. Florida had a really good tournament this
It was crazy.
weekend.
Dude.
Well, 2 weekends ago, I should say. It was nuts. That first day was crazy. Everyone obviously was shocked by that the Optic result. I mean,
Major, it was. I loved watching it.
I mean, it was ridiculous.
It was so awesome. Like, I couldn't believe watching that. Like, I saw your tweet. I was at work. So I'm at work when all this is going down. I saw your tweet, like, your bracket's broken right after game 1. I go, no fucking way Seattle beat Optic. And then I watched all the games that night, and I was like, this is insane. Like, Seattle Surge, like, my bracket's destroyed. What happened?
The thing is, my bracket was destroyed before this Optic Seattle game. My bracket was destroyed on the first game where I had London Royal Ravens to 3-0 Florida, and it was the other way around. So suddenly, my bracket went. Then I was just like, okay, well, that's just one little part of my bracket that might be gone. You know, Boston Breach came out and won. I expect them to do that. It's like, okay, perfect. Well, I'm 1 for 2. And then the third game, Subliners, I expected them to lose to FaZe. I thought it'd be 3-0. It was 3-1. And then so I was just like, all right, perfect. So I'm 2 out of 3.
Yeah. Sitting
This
pretty.
isn't bad. And then the Optic game happened, and I was just like, okay, well, my whole bracket's already done. Like,
Yeah.
literally, my whole bracket's chalked. And then Friday, it didn't get much better for me with my bracket, honestly. On it, obviously, we started off Paris Legion, Florida Mutineers, is what I had predicted, but it was Paris Legion, London Royal Ravens. Ravens went on to beat Paris. Then we had Gorillas to beat Ultra, which I actually got spot on with that result.
Yeah, I
3-1
can't believe you did that. Like,
to the Gorillas. Look, I thought coming into this weekend, I thought, you know what? I think Gorillas, they're gonna have something
you did.
between
You
their
were
teeth.
talking them up a lot.
I did. I put them to go all the way to elimination round 3. Obviously, they
And
went
you were
a lot further than that.
You were talking down Ultra as well. So I don't know if that was the matchup.
That was the matchup that I had that was like I was very confident on and worked out perfectly for me. But then you had obviously Subliners, LA Thieves. I predicted the Subliners to go and win that because the Thieves have been frankly kind of awful this stage. Thieves turn up and beat them 3-2. A New York Subliners team that's looked really strong the last couple of weeks since they made that roster move. And then the last game, I had Minnesota to beat Surge. It turned out to be Optic against Minnesota. So obviously, Optic started to get back together. Well, for a little bit anyway. They got their form a little bit. They won that game. So obviously, I mean, at this point, I've got nothing left. I've got nothing left in my bracket.
It was a crazy weekend. Like, at what point were you like, yo, the LA Gorillas are like really good? At any point, or you just kept seeing them win? Like, you're like, are they gonna win another matchup?
I really thought, you know what? It was Saturday evening when they knocked off Surge.
Seattle Surge.
I thought,
okay,
something could happen here.
Yeah, because
you know, it's Championship Sunday. Anything can happen on Championship Sunday. I thought, you know what? The Gorillas, they look strong. They've got a chance here.
Yeah. You should have
now
that tweet out.
when I said they've got a chance, in my head I was thinking they've got a chance. I was still looking at the 3 other teams left in at that point, which was obviously the Florida Mutineers,
Boston Breach.
No, Boston were out at that point. I think were they?
No.
No, sorry, yeah, Florida, Boston, and Atlanta. So still 4, and obviously the Gorillas. 4 teams left in.
Which is crazy. No Optic. Nowhere to be seen.
No Optic. I mean, and you're looking at that going into
London.
Sunday.
You know, these were the top 3 teams.
Right.
And the only one that's there is FaZe.
And you automatically go, okay, FaZe has won this major. I said that. Saturday night, I said, look, Gorillas got a chance, but FaZe are winning this. There's no way that FaZe aren't winning this in my head.
It was crazy.
And I mean, look, I've just got to say, firstly, I think I understand why Spark was given MVP this weekend. I do understand it.
Same.
Because of the whole storyline.
Yeah.
Because he's coming as a sub. He's had less than 2 days to play with these guys before the tournament. However, I feel that Asim was robbed.
Asim? Yeah, I mean, he's
the
veteran.
Asim had the best tournament of his career.
Yeah. And he was helping him out. They were sitting next to each other. You could see him pat him on the back and shit throughout the entire every game.
Asim led that team.
Yeah.
To a major championship.
It was
obviously,
crazy.
That was LA Gorillas' first ever major they've ever won. It was their first championship game they've ever been to.
Yeah. It was nuts.
And I mean, it's just one of those things. Like this, it was absolutely crazy. I mean, the whole weekend of Call of Duty was just nuts. Plays after plays after plays. People popping off. People underperforming. I mean, obviously, probably the biggest underperformers of the tournament, you have to say, is Optic. Everyone probably expected them to go on to win the tournament. Obviously, getting knocked out round 1.
I don't even know how
winners
that
bracket,
happened.
and then going out in elimination round 3 to Florida. I mean,
yeah, it's crazy. Like, I don't even know where CDL stands coming into like Major 3? Like I can't even like think about that right now.
I've got no idea. I got no idea.
No clue.
Thankfully we got a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
We have a month
100%.
before the next series starts, but I mean, I just wanted to talk about that Sunday real quick.
Yeah,
Because we started off with
such a close game.
an amazing game. Boston. Wait, it was not Boston.
Florida, LA, right?
Florida. Was that? No, sorry. We started off with Atlanta FaZe Boston Bridge.
Yeah, winners
in the winners final.
Yep.
Atlanta FaZe came out, strutted their stuff, 3-0'd them, knocked them out the park. Everyone's gone, this is Atlanta FaZe's now.
I don't know,
Atlanta FaZe wins.
Let's put a pin in that. I don't see that. They looked so good against Boston Breach, which is not a bad team.
Mm-hmm.
And then all they have to do is play the grand finals. That's it. I don't know what happened in that time.
You've got to think. So
it's a long time.
3 o'clock. You play at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
That game was over by 3:40, 3:45.
Yeah.
Like, that was a quick 3-0.
At the latest.
4 at the latest. That was less than an hour, that game.
Yeah.
So then you've got until...
hours.
You've got until, what was it? When did that game on the Sunday start? It was like 8 o'clock or something like that.
Supposed to be 8:30, but I don't know if they started on time or not.
No, it was maybe 7:30. I think it started at 8 because
it's 4 hours.
The two games before had
2 games. 4:30.
3-2 games.
Yeah, they might have went over a little
which
bit.
went on long. So I mean, FaZe was sitting there for 4.5 hours. Talk about icing an opposition. I mean, they were cold.
I mean, I guess
they
you could do 2v2 in the back.
Yeah, of course. They're probably in the back playing and stuff like that, but there's only so much you can play in between games.
Yeah. I mean, you're yucking it up. You got to eat. Like, that's it. Like, it's almost better. I don't know. That they should probably... Do you think it's an advantage to have 4 hours off or not? I don't think so.
No. I don't think it is, but...
I mean, speaking of time off...
that's...
Like, those tournaments, have you seen Warzone tournaments where people are taking 5 hours, 2v2s, and they're waiting for other rounds? It's like, what is going on?
I mean, it's the same kind of thing.
Yeah, same concept. You just sit around.
That's why double elimination brackets are sometimes tough to have, because you're always going to have that waiting time. But you get these stories. And the story of Major 2 was probably the greatest losers bracket run of all time.
Yeah. I mean, they started in losers bracket. They just beat everybody.
Obviously, they lost winners round 1 and then went all the way through. And they beat some good teams along the way. It's not like they were beating smaller teams. Obviously, they beat Ultra, who on their day can be a top 4 team. They beat the London Royal Ravens, who are a top 3 team right now. They beat
Seattle
Surge, who
beat Optic.
Who are kings of knocking off the top 3.
That's crazy.
Then they played Florida on the Sunday, their first match of the Sunday. A really close game there. I mean, I feel for Florida, I really do. Because Florida played some really good Call of Duty this last weekend. I mean, it was really good. I mean, unfortunately, they just came up a little bit short. And then they went on to that rematch against Boston.
And these are long games, too. So these are both 3-2.
Right. Both long games. Then they go up against, like I said, Boston in 3-2. That elimination finals. Goes to another 3-2. They just about squeezed through. I mean, I just have to talk.
Search and destroy?
Shot his body. Cap should not have shot his body in that round 5 S&D.
What is it?
So first round of S&D, Boston actually won.
Yeah.
The first round. And when Cap got the final kill, he carried on shooting.
Oh. I remember that.
Flash's body. And I got something going for the Gorillas, and I
saw that.
I think they put up 4 or 5 straight after that. So
I remember seeing that. I was like, "Dang, into the CDL."
I mean, body shooting is something that happens fairly often in the CDL.
Sure.
Especially between guys who have rivalries with each other. But I felt like Cap kind of made a mistake with that one. It didn't really seem like there was a lot of beef. It just seemed like Cap was trying to say, "We're not going away. Like, you're not doing this. You're not doing this run." And the Gorillas basically just told them, Yes, we are. We're going all the way.
It was crazy.
And then, I mean, then we come down to obviously the grand finals. 8:30. If it started around 8 o'clock in the evening, and you're just thinking, all right, okay, so it's Atlanta FaZe, who
LA
are
Gorillas.
arguably in this era of CDL the best team they've been
I mean,
in the
last
CDL
year
for the last couple of years.
was insane. Last year, what they did last year was nuts.
Right. And then the year before that, they were very dominant as well. Weren't able to win a championship at the end of it. Obviously, it was won by Dallas Empire. But they've been dominant for about 3 years in the CDL.
Yeah.
And here you have the LA Gorillas, who have, in the last couple of years, arguably been the worst team in the CDL.
Yeah. You could definitely argue that. 100%. You can make that stance.
They come in to their first ever major championship.
Ever. With a sub. With a sub.
With a sub. Let's not forget about this.
Yeah.
And they take on Atlanta FaZe.
Dude,
FaZe win game 1. Very convincingly.
Before we even get to that, Hook, when they introduced him, looked like
oh my god,
it was scary. Yeah,
he looked like the Undertaker, man. He was just.
I was like, "What? Is he terrified or he's just locked?" I don't know what was going on.
He was locked. He was so locked. I mean, there's obviously something you could say where maybe he was a little terrified of going up against FaZe.
It was crazy, man. It was.
But
nuts.
I mean, it was just one of those things. Like,
and also,
the thing is,
before we get there, how about Spart's Volk change the meta throughout this tournament? People started using it way more on certain maps. I couldn't believe it.
Especially on Tuscan, you saw Atlanta pick it up.
Yes.
You saw a lot of teams picking it up.
A lot of people picking it up.
There were teams that were running 2 of them in Tuscan.
Yeah.
Atlanta FaZe were running 2 Volks in Tuscan, which, I mean, look.
It's good on.
Here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say. Will the Volk be continued in the CDL, or will it be a GA?
They GA'd it.
I think it most likely. I don't know if they've confirmed that yet, but most likely it's probably going to get GA'd.
I think in EU,
it's a shame. It's in EU. In EU, it's already been GA'd.
Yes, exactly.
Now
whether
it will in the CDL, it probably will be.
The headshot multiplier is just insane.
It's ridiculous. I mean, I jumped, and I know this was regular multiplayer, not ranked. Yeah. I jumped into to warm up last night. I played a bit of Das House.
Okay.
And I dropped 104 with the Volk.
Dude, it's I mean, I used it and I was like, wow, okay, I get it. I was like, all right, I get it. This headshot multiplier is nuts.
It's disgusting. But look, I mean, fair play for not only for Spart for trying something new on his back to the CDL,
and his teammates still allow him, be like,
but his teammates to go, yeah, do it. Why not?
Let's
what
see
you
what
have
happens.
to lose?
Yeah.
So I mean, like they came into this whole tournament going, we got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. What's the worst that can happen? Just go out there, have fun, enjoy it. What's the worst that can happen? We lose again.
Dude, they did.
That's basically where the Gorillas came in, and I mean, they came into the grand finals. Map 1, Atlanta FaZe absolutely smoke them. That was smoke him Gavutu hardpoint.
Gavutu hardpoint, yeah.
250 to 135. It was FaZe just looked in control, and I'm pretty sure everyone at the end of that map just went, "All right, here we go, quick 5-0."
I was pumped because I didn't I get off social media. Well, Sunday I watched a lot of this as it happens because I'm off Sunday. So I was like, all right, let me catch up. You know, if you start a little bit later, you can fast forward through a lot of things. Pro tip. But
I like watching it live.
Yeah, it was insane, dude.
And then goes to a map 2. We have Bocage S&D. And bearing in mind, going into this, I think Gorillas had won 6 straight S&D games.
S&D wins championships.
S&D, they were on absolutely fire. So they go into a Bocage S&D, which everyone kind of goes, well, it's kind of one of Atlanta FaZe's best S&D maps. This could be the end of the streak. Bam, 6-4. Gorillas win it.
Yeah.
So Gorillas now up to 7 S&Ds in a row. 1-1 in maps. Then we go to a control in Gavutu, where Atlanta FaZe are very, very good. I mean, and bam, Gorillas win 3-2. So
I didn't think they got a point that first
They didn't.
I don't think FaZe got a single point in their first attack.
They didn't get a single tick.
Yeah, not a
attack.
single tick. I was like, what the hell is going on right now? Because I'm a FaZe, I'm a FaZe fanboy. I'm a squad right there, and I go, what is happening right now? What is happening? No way. This team from LA with a sub is about to beat my boys.
Yep.
And then I knew, I was like, dude, the storyline's awesome. I get it. Either way, I'm gonna be happy. But like, what are we doing right now? Not even a single tick. I would have been yelling at my teammates. Because you and I, we play ranked. I would have been fuming. Stop going to B. Let's get something on A. I'm losing.
Let's get a couple of ticks.
Yeah, I'm
freaking out. We won that defense for round 5. Like, come on.
We need to start focusing up. They just couldn't get out of their spawn. It was nuts.
They couldn't. I mean, the Gorillas set up a really good spawn trap.
Yeah.
And
it's like their whole team was out there.
Get out. They just couldn't get out.
They need to. Do you think they need to adjust spawns on control?
No, not at all.
You just need to.
I think that spawn flip should never occur in control.
You can't, because B would be way too close on that map.
Right.
You would
be
like.
Also, it's just like I've seen it occasionally where people have spawned up close to P1.
Yeah. Yes.
But there's ways you can counteract that, which was what the Gorillas were doing. They were keeping. It was a well-set spawn trap, because if they went too far, then suddenly FaZe would spawn out and spawn at P1, basically.
Yeah, you just control P1.
Which is an easy B hit.
Yeah.
So they had someone P1, they had someone on boat, they had someone cliff, and they had someone on kind of...
that tank right there.
Yeah. So they had it perfectly set up. There was no way that people could break through. They're basically... It's
crazy.
FaZe were in a blender, basically.
Yeah. They were in a blender.
And then, obviously, they win that Game 5. They got defense for Game 5, won that. And then we go on to Map 4. So, obviously, it's 2-1 to Gorillas now. And we're going, okay, Tuscan control. Let's see what the Volk can do.
Yeah. They're both running.
And the Volk turned up.
Both teams are running.
Suddenly, it's 3-1 as Gorillas win 250 to 227.
And that was the same thing on... Was it hardpoint or control on Tuscan? That one.
That was a hard point.
Okay.
That was a hard point.
Okay.
So, but it was like
it was close.
Every rotation, it seemed like the Gorillas had the rotations on that map.
Yeah.
And they did it perfectly. They won that map, and then we're on to another S&D. And I mean, at this point, they've won 8 in a row, and it's just like,
lights
okay,
out.
This is what's going to happen here. 6-1. 6-1
on
Desert Siege.
Oh, Desert
Siege. And it was just like, oh, what is going on? It's just like, the Gorillas are suddenly 4-1 up. They're one map away.
Yeah, one map away.
And it's just like, are we actually witnessing this?
The crowd was
absolutely loving it.
Bonkers.
They were absolutely loving it. Obviously, the crowd loves when FaZe lose, especially when it's not anywhere near Atlanta.
Yeah,
so
I don't really appreciate that crowd. Like,
well, I mean, look,
show some sportsmanship around here.
People don't want the dominance. People don't want the FaZe dominance. Then we go to what is it? Map 6. So it's map 6.
Yep, map 6.
FaZe do get one back in Tuscan control. I mean, Celium had an absolute huge play to cap the point on offense, to give them that Game 5 defense, so for them to go and win it. So, I mean, Celium went absolutely off. And then it all came down.
Too. So, that was it. It's 2-4, right?
It's 4-2 to Gorillas currently.
4-2, and you're like, all right, let's see what happens.
FaZe have got a chance here. They've still got a chance.
Yeah, gotta win.
And then we go down to a Berlin S and D,
and you're just thinking, search and destroy.
I was thinking, look, it's 9. It's 8. It was 9 at this point. 9 S&Ds in a row that the Gorillas had won, and it was just like, they're not gonna do it again, are they? They're not gonna break the record and have 10 straight S&D wins. 3 of them coming against Atlanta FaZe. Like, it's just not gonna happen.
It's crazy. I mean, I need to get way better at S&D personally. Like I don't know what it is. Like maybe they just don't play their life as well. You need to be like you need to play Search and Destroy like way slower. It feels like, and they were.
I think at our elo as well, people just run around. Like that's why it's so difficult.
Yeah.
Because people just run. Like there's
Yeah.
no planning. There's nothing. It's just
Yeah.
run and kill people. Basically, it's like hardpoint, but you've only got one life.
Yeah. I'm running to be.
That's how people at our level take S&D.
But I mean, FaZe, they work as a team. They work well when they get a quick plant and then go again. But Gorillas was very slow on like all their S&Ds. They're playing their life. Each one of their players is playing.
They
their
were
life.
very slow with retakes as well, which I think was huge for them.
Yes.
They
It's
weren't
very smart.
They weren't pushing too quickly. And they just made the right decisions.
And
honestly.
especially with a sub, I mean, you don't know how much practice they have. Like, let's just play our shots. You know, maybe we can get a pick or something. Because I mean, first blood on S&D is so huge.
Yeah, no, it is, and for the most point, Gorillas were getting that first blood.
Yeah.
And it got to 5-4. FaZe brought it back from 5. It was 5-3, then 5-4.
I was
and then
like,
you thought, well, maybe FaZe got a chance here.
I wanted that round 11, big time.
The round 11 would have been great, but it was 5-4, and I mean, then it was weird because you knew it was happening.
I felt it.
But it happened so quickly.
It
all happened so quickly in that round. Like first, I think it was Arstees got picked. Then it was a BZ, then Simp, and suddenly Cell was left in a 1v4, not really having any intel of where anyone was.
It was crazy.
So he tried to run towards Train, and I mean Slasher was up top 3, and just all he had to do was hit his shots, which he did, and I mean,
that was it.
Look, you've got to give it to the Gorillas.
Yeah,
I mean,
huge shout out to
that was one of the best major runs I've ever seen out of any team. I mean, Slasher said it himself. He's the loser bracket king. When Slasher wins something, it's usually because he's done something from the losers bracket. But I mean, I'm really happy for Asim. Obviously,
he stood up on his chair. It was crazy.
Asim has had a tough career with a lot of hate.
I bet he's dealt with a lot of hate.
He has come through a lot to finally win a major.
Yeah. Awesome.
And you got Hook, who obviously had a really bad year last year. Cold War was just not his game at all. It just didn't fit his play style.
He fried out tournament.
A
lot of people were like, I saw on the internet, a lot of people weren't saying he played well. I thought he played.
I thought Hook played really well.
Yeah, same.
I mean, he had a couple of maps where he didn't really seem in it, but for the most part, he was playing very well.
Yeah.
Slasher, who obviously is if you're gonna go with one guy who's the real sort of old guy on the team, it's Slasher. He's been around for a long time. He's won a couple in the past, but he's had a couple of down years as well, where people were calling for him to retire. People were saying that he was washed and that everything like that, and he basically just shut them all up. And then you had Spar, who,
insane dude.
I mean,
turned up his energy. Like you could see he was like yelling. That final speech when they gave him the mic, he dropped what 3 or 4 F-bombs.
Yeah, he's getting big fines. Big fines.
What did Merc or whoever was interviewing said?
It was Maven. Maven was just like,
so you're paying my fine.
You have to pay on my fine as well.
Because he cussed.
Fucking unreal.
Yeah, he paid his fine too. I mean, I doubt it, but it was just something funny to say at the time.
No, that is a thing that actually apparently happens in the CDL. Is that the new guy will pay fines if people swear.
He goes, yeah, I just got my salary or something. Like my salary just hit. Like,
I mean, like it's crazy. It's honestly, it's
awesome.
A nut story. And obviously, we all really hope Gunless gets better soon. I
mean, do we talk about that? I mean, we have to. What's Is he retiring? What are we doing here?
He's not retiring, but he's going through a lot of health issues at the moment, that aren't really good at all.
Yeah. Okay. So I wish him well.
If you do want to find out more information about that, I'm not going to talk about it openly, but it is on his
Yeah.
Twitter. So
Reach out.
he did make a long post about it. And he's going through a lot health wise, and obviously we do hope him well, and we hope he recovers. We hope he gets back in the league because he's a hell of a player. But I mean, you've got someone in there now who,
I mean, if you're the manager,
not to say replaces him, but has his spot until he returns. I mean, the thing is, say Gunners comes back for Major 3. What do you do with that team? Like, where does spot?
I don't.
You start. You don't start Gunless?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
Gunless,
he earned a spot.
Hold on, wait. Gunless was the best player in that team before he went out.
They make roster changes in the CDL constantly, and it goes, "What have you done for me lately?" You know what I mean? They just won their first major ever. I would feel terrible. I don't think this would help me get better. If I was him, I feel like, dude, my job's gone. Or do you enter winner's bracket? Probably. We'll see how they play. You know, Major 3 going forward. I mean, what's his time frame? Probably not this year, or
we don't know. That's the thing. We have no idea on the time frame of recovery.
Well, then I wouldn't worry about that at all. But maybe I'd hope he gets his salary still. I don't know.
I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will. I mean, the Gorillas seem like a good organization where they wouldn't do that to someone. He will still get his salary and everything like that. That's not going to change.
Yeah.
He will be named as a substitute for them.
Yeah, that's the play.
While he's out. And obviously we do hope in the best. But I mean, you can't. I can't see a way how you cannot start Spark going forward.
That's what I'm talking about. You can't have
even if the Volk does get GA'd, Spark was absolutely ridiculous on all maps this weekend.
Yeah, he was great.
He was great.
He carried. I mean, I wouldn't know carried, but he clutched up.
I don't know if carried, but he clutched up a lot of times.
He clutched up a lot of games. When they needed to clutch up.
He did seem like and the great thing is he obviously had a Seam right next to him who was keeping him calm.
Yeah.
Keeping him calm down, and like if he made a mistake, a Seam was there saying, "Don't worry about it. Let's
you're
go
good.
again." Things like that. You're good.
Yeah.
A Seam like I love, and if you don't, if you're not subscribed to the Call of Duty YouTube channel, definitely go and do it. Call of Duty League YouTube channel, I should say, because after every weekend and after every major, they have like a comms thing where basically you hear the comms of all the players throughout the tournament and everything like that.
Really?
So it's definitely worth watching. They did release one as well, which is inside the comms of the LA Gorillas throughout their whole Sunday. So all of their Sunday games, it has the comms of them, which it's funny to watch, especially when a Seam was going off at Boston, because he got hyped in that Boston game.
Yeah.
In that Search and Destroy. It's just
so much. I bet that editing must have been insane. Because I'm sure they have all of this stuff now, and I'm glad they're starting to release stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's been something they've released for a while. They did it last year as well. And they usually post them to Twitter as well, or at least clips, like parts of it.
Yeah, this is where I get all my news from.
Yeah, so I mean, it's look. I mean, I just don't know where we go from here, Monks. I just don't.
Do you think they're gonna stay dominant, or is this just a LAN major scenario?
I just don't know. That's the thing. I just don't know if that was just one of those things where it was a weekend where just everything fit right.
Yeah. Or are they...
Or I don't know if they are like an actual powerhouse team.
Yeah. I don't either, because, I mean, we thought Optic was. I mean, Optic is, in my opinion, still a very great team. But, I don't know. It's crazy. It's what's wild. Seattle Surge knocks them out, and then Florida finishes them off. Like, what? Huh? I don't even know when I had Florida probably didn't even Florida getting anywhere.
I had Florida going out round 1.
Yeah, I didn't have them going anywhere. I thought London Royal
I
Ravens
literally had them being knocked out to Paris Legion
and
in
then
elimination round
Paris.
1.
Oh yeah, I thought Paris was going to do a lot better than they did.
I feel a bit for Paris because they did come up against London that first round. Who, like, let's be honest, London is still a top 4 team, even though they had a bad weekend. They're still a top 4 team. And I mean, it
Yeah,
was just like
because you
I
don't
feel
know.
like
Yeah, that checks out.
I feel like it was just unluck. I guess unluck of the draw.
Yeah, luck of the losers. Unluck of the losers.
I guess something like that. I just don't know. It was just like I think Paris are better than they showed the 2 weekends ago. I feel that they are starting to find themselves as a team.
And I mean, Minnesota. I thought the hometown boys were gonna play a little bit longer, but then they had to face Optic.
Right, and again, that's one of those things. Like I had them going up against Surge, and
Yeah,
Surge aren't that great against the lower teams. But Surge.
why do you think
up.
that is? Why do you think Surge is like?
I think Surge
they
just
can't.
they love
gigs.
playing FaZe. That's for one.
Yeah.
Obviously they did lose to FaZe for the first time this season. In that winners round 2, but obviously then went on
But
to
a close game, 3-2. Like what?
right. I mean, they already
could
had
have
knocked
been
out Optic. I mean, it's
could have been a lot crazier.
right.
At least
I mean,
one
can you
half.
imagine? But the thing is, my thing is, if Surge
Seattle Surge Gorillas,
if Surge had lost that or won that,
Seattle Surge
would
Gorillas
Gorillas have beaten FaZe
in a 3 match
on the Saturday?
Oh, that probably not because it's not as many search and destroys.
Right.
So I don't think so.
Because 3 out of the 5 maps they won were S&D.
That's what I mean.
On the Sunday, so
Not that many search games in the best of 3. I think FaZe beat them in the best of 3. It's only what
that's
usually
best of 5. Best of 5.
Yeah, best of 5. Sorry. First to 3.
Yeah,
that's all. That's all I think of it. What is it? If it goes to round 5, is S&D typically, right? Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know if Gorillas would have taken them to round 5 over 5 maps.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's one of those things where it kind of just all fit into place. And look, what a hell of a weekend that was.
Great weekend.
I mean, we could not have asked for a better major.
Huge. Huge shout out to Gorillas, obviously.
Yeah, and
everybody.
Honestly, huge shout out to Minnesota Rocket for putting on a hell of an event as well.
Such a good. Everything seemed great.
All the fans that turned up, everything. It was a great weekend of Call of Duty, and a lot of fun. And then I was
thinking about it. Like, it has to be insane the bang for your buck, because you're getting insane amount of games. Like, I'm almost like worried about like what you do. Like, the amount of beer I would drink would be unhuman. Like, there's so much time in between games.
It was in a casino. They did it in a casino. I would be broke by the time I left Minnesota.
Or you wouldn't be broke. I'd be
very rich.
Throw all your money. I'm bet it on black right off the rip. Say, hey, this is my gambling money. Let's bet it on black. You lose, you lose. If you win, you drink a little bit better.
You go home.
You just eat a little bit better throughout the week. You're not eating Chipotle every day.
Right.
Or whatever.
Nothing wrong with Chipotle, though. Okay, so...
Never had it. Couldn't tell you. Never had it.
You've never had Chipotle?
Could not tell you. Never had it.
What?
No cap. Maybe I'll eat it this week. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we have a bet.
Maybe you eat it on stream. Do it on stream.
There's got to be...
Content, baby.
There you go.
First time ever eating Chipotle.
Thoughts. What do they call
the YouTube video.
There you go. YouTube
Mukbang.
review. YouTube review. Sorry, I felt like I was cutting you off. What'd you have before that?
Well, I was gonna move on from the Major 2 talk and talk about what we got coming up. Obviously, we have a little break.
How many points did you get?
Oh, 9.
Solid, dude. I got 11. Are we tied? What's your total?
Did you get 56?
Fuck. 53.
Oh shit!
Beat me, Major 2.
I beat you in Major 1 as well. How many points did you get Major 1?
Well, yeah, you beat me in Major 1 too. I forgot a whole week.
Oh yeah, you did, didn't you? Yeah.
I had 38, only 38.
Yeah. So I'm quite a bit ahead of you then.
You're 2-0. We got 3 more.
I'm 2-0 through Major 2.
Not
I mean,
no big
I
deal.
expected nothing less.
Yeah. Obviously, let's get you a little celebration for that.
Yeah.
Little horn.
So we're looking ahead. Obviously, we have a little bit of a break in the CDL. It's their kind of spring break, I guess you can say. It's a month long.
Is this the first time they've done this?
No, they usually do have a summer break, but usually there are actually more majors. Usually there's 5, I believe. So they cut a major, so they add an extra week on. Usually this is the time of the season where they have the All-Star game. They have kind of a little couple of things that they do. Obviously we are still going to get that. But first off, we are obviously having the Resurgence Rebirth Royale tournament that is being hosted by the Call of Duty League, which is going to be obviously all the CDL teams as well as.
So is it their own teams?
It will be, yeah. No, it's all the COD, like the CDL pros.
Yeah, but are they on their own teams or what?
Yeah. So it's teams of 4. Going up against each other, and obviously when they get to it, it'll be 4 teams in each division, so there'll be 10 teams in each bracket. 5 will move on from each bracket, so we got the last 10. Obviously, we kind of hope that it's not all just CDL teams in that final 10, and we hope that there are a couple of the viewers at home.
Gotta be
who will be part of it. I mean, you'd hope so. I'm sure Optic will have a pretty good Rebirth team.
Yeah?
I think.
You think?
Yeah, I think Scumpy will carry when it comes to the Warzone side.
Can you see the teams right now? You got them up?
I don't know where to find it, honestly.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. No, you can't see the teams quite yet.
I thought I saw someone cheating in the first one because you didn't have to stream to like enter like one of the.
I mean, it may have happened, but if they have probably been kicked out of the tournament by now. So
insane. So you think everyone in CDL is just playing some Rebirth every now after scrims or?
I think they probably are now. Yeah, I think you'll see a lot of pros playing.
What guns do you think
Rebirth.
they'll work? Do you think they're running old guns? I bet that's so much fun for them because they're like running Cold War guns. They don't use.
This is the thing. Are they gonna have to only use the Vanguard guns?
No, or it's open. It's the meta. The meta is the XM4 Cold War AK.
It would be fun to watch. Obviously,
snipe.
We have a little bit to wait until that. Obviously, the qualification stage is actually going on now. So that's the private lobbies. So once that happens, April 24th is when we have
streaming all that.
So from the April 24th will be streamed.
Okay, that's when it starts,
and it will be on YouTube. That's when the 12 CDL teams will go up against 8 of the top teams. For their chance at glory. So the 24th is basically the final date. So
they do it all that day.
Semifinals and finals all on that day. And for obviously the $100,000 prize pool that is up for grabs. So that should be a lot of fun to watch. So obviously that's coming. What's that? The 24th is.
One thing I didn't realize from the majors is how many teams get paid. Like there's only a couple that don't get any money at all. Like
it's basically the teams that
the bottom 3
last.
or 4. Yeah.
The ones that don't win a single game don't get paid, and everyone else does.
Yeah. Which is nice.
So obviously a week on this coming Sunday is when we will have this Rebirth tournament. After that, I believe the week after that we will have our All-Star game. which will be fun. I'm interested to see if Spark will be a part of that. But obviously that's something that is chosen by the two casters who are the captains. Um,
So
so it'll be
what they do
interesting.
last year? I don't remember.
I can't. I know that Nameless and Study were the ones who were picking the teams. I can't really remember how the form. I didn't actually watch it. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I didn't watch it either. But what are we talking here? What are they just going into? Are they going into Warzone? Are they going into any Call of
No.
Duty?
That's all in. It's all in Vanguard. So it's
They're
all kind of
doing
like CDL setup, just kind of like an all-star game, kind of a little bit of fun for the players,
and they're like
and everything like that. So
only like they'll throw like only handguns on this round or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't really know how they do it. But
Nice.
it should be it should be interesting to watch. That's for sure.
Sounds like we have some homework.
Yeah, it sounds like we do actually. Um, and then when it gets to May the 13th, we start up our run for Major 3, which is going to be hosted by Toronto Ultra. So
Heading up
Major 3
north.
is going to be in Toronto. So we are just going a little bit north from where we were last time.
Canada. Eh?
From the Minnesota. We're going to Toronto. Should be a lot of fun. That will be June 2nd through the 5th will be that tournament. And then once that's done, we have another little break of about 3 weeks
What?
before we go into Major 4. I have a feeling they're going to have another Warzone event they're going to do in between Major 3 and 4,
Okay.
which most likely will be Caldera. And
Yeah.
then we go into Major 4, which is going to be July 1st through the 24th, with the tournament on the 21st through the 24th. And that's going to be hosted by the New York Subliners.
And why? All right, do we book it?
I think we might have to. I think we might have to go, Monks.
Book it and ship it. I got PTO. My boss has been like, when you taking time off?
See, that's the annoying thing for me. My PTO runs out at the end of June, so.
Oh, you need to use it soon, huh?
Yeah, and I might head up to Toronto if you know what I'm saying.
I don't have a passport, so I can't go up there. New York.
I actually, you know what's hilarious, Monks? I currently don't have one as well. So I need to get one. I need to get one soon.
What the?
I misplaced my one.
Oh my god, this guy's an illegal immigrant, bro. Get
No,
him out of here!
I still have my visa.
Holy smokes, dude. That's insane. How are you gonna go back home? I guess you'll worry about that when you.
I'm not planning on going home till
come next
Christmas.
winter. Yeah, Christmas. You got time.
I got a little bit of time. I've ordered my new one, so. But yeah, so that is going to be obviously the run-in towards Champs, which will be in August, obviously.
So what do we got? Where's Champs?
We don't know yet. It hasn't been confirmed. Everyone is still saying it's going to be in London, though.
I don't know. Well, all right, so where else could they do it? They could do it in Florida, which would be kind of lit. I'd be down to go to that. LA, which would work out as well. I mean, I wouldn't go to LA, but Florida I'd go to. Paris, no shot, right?
It could be a Paris one. Paris or London. I'm thinking if they're going to go international with it, it would be more likely for it to be in London, just because the CDL is bigger in London. Than it would be to go to Paris. I mean, look,
it'd be lit to be in London, though.
It would be. That would be a crazy weekend.
I could get my passport renewed. I just need to get it renewed. I already have everything original. I just need to get a. It's expired. It's expired.
And then obviously, I mean, it could be in Atlanta.
Yeah, it could be in Atlanta. That'd be sick too. Sheesh. It's only 3 days.
I'm trying to think where else it could be. It's not going to be in Texas.
Yeah, already
could be LA. It could be
Texas.
LA.
It could be LA.
I mean, I'm trying to think of other. Seattle, maybe.
Seattle would be cool.
Maybe we go Boston.
Boston, big city, big market. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
that could be it.
I think that's probably what it. It's probably all it's
I mean,
likely
those
to
are
be.
our options. Those are all we have as
Right,
options.
those are all the options.
unless they repeat something.
I don't think they're gonna do it.
Yeah, why would you repeat something away?
Yeah, they're not. Then I mean, they've already had 2 events in Texas. Because Optic obviously hosted the Kickoff Classic
And
as
wasn't
well as Major 1.
Yeah, wasn't last year's? Where was last year's champs? Wasn't that in Florida?
I can't
Or not
remember where it was.
Florida. It wasn't the pre thing. I felt the pre thing this year was in Florida. Something was in Florida.
This year, no. We haven't had one in Florida. For a while.
COVID goes crazy. The COVID hits diffy down there in Florida, dude. There's no reggae. There's no regulations or nothing. They're doing a little bit
nothing.
wild.
They just do what they want.
Yeah,
honestly.
they're like, hey, we're living, dude.
But
You're
yeah,
living, or you're not.
Right. So yeah, that's kind of that's our wrap on CDO proceedings for a while.
Yeah, what are we gonna do for the next couple of weeks, man?
Well, I think we're gonna take it off. We're gonna have some PTO from the VectorCast, I think.
PTO from the cast? What are you gonna grind ranks still? I know you played last night.
I know, and I'm gonna play again tonight.
You have fun last night?
Yeah, got a full squad. Going for tonight. So.
Did you get rid of Metro? I heard
No?
you tweeted and were like, dude, I need another duo. Metro.
Yeah, I was just trolling him.
Nice. You were getting pumped up for a game? Because I think sometimes
yeah.
he needs a little motivation to get locked in.
Sometimes. I think with like multiplayer, easier for him to lock in than it is for him to lock in when it's something like Warzone. So yeah, we've been frying as a team. I'm up to expert now, so you know.
Oh, lay, dude.
I'm staying elite soon.
Dang, dude. I've just been losing games because I'll hop in and like one morning like people dropped, like people bailed. I don't know if they got kicked out of the game or what, but it happened twice to me. And like one was like right after the first round of S&D. I was like, what are we doing? Re-queue. Like, what is this?
Right.
It was the end of the first round. Like, there was just timed out because your game isn't it. Like, it's not. It needs work. Like, what are we doing here? This mode needs work for sure. And
it is still in beta.
I know, dude, but it's tough. It's tough after that game to, and then like other people left, and I'm like, I'm just here. Like, I'm just, dude, it was literally 1v4. It was me versus 4 people. And I was like,
point or
no, it was search and destroy.
Oh god, your weakest game mode as well.
Yeah, my weakest game mode, 110% is search and destroy. I need to play it way slower. I need to focus up.
Search is probably mine as well.
Yeah, I think
I'm more of a respawn player.
Exactly, same. I mean, it's Call of Duty. If you've never played search and destroy a lot, we're all about like run, get a kill, die, come back, do the same thing over again. Like that's why S&D is tough because you're like, this is it. There's no gulag.
One life.
There's nothing.
There's no gulags.
Revives.
That's the worst. That's the worst part about it. No gulags.
No gulag. No self revive. I can't do nothing. No respawn. Like it's not rebirth. Like it's honestly the only mode where there is no respawn or something. Give me something.
Well, a second chance.
Yeah, I need a second chance.
Yeah.
Remember back in the day where you could crawl and like shoot people, or is that just zombies? You could be crawling and with a handgun. Is that just zombies?
What arc you went down?
Like, yeah, you're down. Everything's the blood's rushing.
I think it was just zombies. That was just zombies.
Maybe it's story mode too. Campaign?
I don't know.
I think maybe in campaign. I don't know. I haven't played the Vanguard campaign. I have no idea what happens in it.
I didn't play it actually.
I didn't play that. I didn't play Cold War.
I did play Cold Wars. I did play Cold Wars and I did play Modern Warfare.
Did not play Modern Warfare. I haven't played all 3. I own
you
all 3
haven't
games.
played, bro. Modern Warfare's campaign was actually very, very good. Very good. Okay, Monks, but I do have a question for you while we're on this topic. If you could have one game mode from Call of Duty history that comes into ranked play, what would it be, and why?
Wasn't Demolition in it at one point, or that's just CDL? What's Demolition? Isn't Demolition Search and Destroyers essentially with respawns, or what is that?
I don't know. I can't remember playing Demolition honestly.
You gonna ask me a question and then
I
not
mean,
know the
I was
modes?
just trying to get. I was trying to get a response from you.
Yeah, well, you
Is
got
demolition
one.
your answer? Is
No, I
demolition
don't
your
know.
answer?
Capture the Flag was kind of lit back in the day.
Bro, that's what I'm thinking. Capture the flag would be lit, and that wasn't the CDL.
It
Capture
was
the
in the
flag
CDL?
was actually a CDL game mode
Oh my god, what
up
year was that?
until IW, I think. No,
Holy smokes.
Black Ops 4. It was Black Ops 4 was the last time Cap the Flag was in competitive COD.
Yeah, that makes sense why it wasn't.
I mean, then they brought in because obviously for Modern Warfare um it was
Capture the Flag is so
S&D.
fun, dude.
It was S&D.
Can you even play that in Vanguard?
I don't know.
Is it even a mode? Like
I
they'd
don't
have
think
to
it
have a
is.
whole new game.
I don't think it is.
They'd have to update.
We got
the
Modern
mode.
Warfare coming back next year.
Oh my god, it was so much fun.
Modern Warfare 2 coming next
Dude,
year.
you would get so much experience if you had the flag and you were just getting kills. Like that's how I used to rank up. You just grab the
Mhm.
flag and just kill people because you have like, as a flag holder, you get like more experience.
Right.
Like that was like a little bit
Easy
of
way
cheese.
to rank up.
A little bit of cheese back in the
But
day.
you've got so obviously they had Domination,
Yeah.
S&D, and
Which
what was
we-
the last one
We
in
talked
Modern Warfare?
about domination, and it just couldn't work in CDL.
Well, I
think.
mean, it wasn't too bad in the CDL. I just think it would be tough to do in rank.
Yeah.
Because there would be a lot of campiness involved.
Dude, it's so bad to get people.
I
to
feel
do
in the
anything
CDL it was
ranked.
better because those guys hate camping. Really, let's be honest.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was,
unless it's S&D, they don't like sitting in corners.
it's so bad
Oh.
in ranked mode. Like I don't know what's going on through some of these people's minds. I'm literally like just like pulling my hair out. Like, what are we doing out here? It's
People
insane what you
just
see.
don't-
Like people
yeah,
just
I know.
can't. Like they play it like multiplayer. It's like, dude, this is ranked mode. This is like you're supposed to be trying and not just like trying to raise your KD in ranked mode. Like, what are we doing? You're just sitting on the boat. Like, dude, this is hardpoint. I need you to do something, dude. There's only 4 of us. It's not like there's a bunch of us. If you're just sitting on the boat trying to get kills with the automaton and it's in hardpoint, I'm fuming.
Mm-hmm.
I actually went back to a little bit of Rebirth, a little bit of Warzone, played a little bit of that, and I was having some fun.
I've seen you
with
been
it.
playing. I've seen you been playing a bit of Warzone.
Having some fun with it. I think
I don't miss it.
I think it's nice to like. I feel like my gunny's got a little bit better from playing ranked. No cap. Like I feel like I'm like I don't know if it's just like a confidence thing. I was like, dude, I'm.
What confidence being special one? Yeah, I know.
Yeah, hanging out. What? I don't even think I'm that advanced.
Are you advanced?
Advanced something? What's the
Advanced 4? I think maybe you are.
No, I can't be that low. I was about to rank up to the next elo, so I'm probably advanced 2 or 3. I lost a boatload.
Are you
of
sure?
games.
Because I mean, so it goes chat contender, specialist, advanced, expert.
Okay. Yeah, because I think I was close to expert. I think I was. I mean, I think I was right there.
Hmm.
Or maybe I'm not. Don't know. Maybe I have to get.
I think you're advanced 4.
Maybe I gotta get locked in tonight. Would I even be able to play with you, or is it too far? Too many elos.
You'd be able to play with me, yeah, if you really wanted to. I got a full squad, like I said, though. So.
Oh snap! Let's get locked in.
Got a couple of gunnies with me, you know.
Oh yeah, you got some people. I think I met a couple of them.
No, a different squad.
That's neat.
I don't play with those guys no more. No, it's Metro and then 2 guys who I know through the university I work at.
Oh, okay.
One's the director of esports at the university I work at.
Oh,
So if we got any young Call of Duty guys looking for a scholarship, hit me up.
How young? Dude,
like
I'm ready.
17, 18. who are actually like maybe on the higher end of the comp elo.
Oh, so they need to be in like contenders or something.
More challengers rather than contenders. Contenders is the lowest one, monks. Yeah, we go challengers or maybe any 250 players. Top 250.
250 would be ideal, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
How about number 2 being a hacker? Can we talk about that real quick? Walls, rank number 2. Plays with rank number 1, by the way. Yeah. So that player might be a little
rank number
suspect
1,
too.
who also put number 2's name in his clan tag after the guy got banned.
And I mean, it used to be what's his name? Used to be one of the CDL pros.
Jimbo.
Used to be Jimbo from Paris, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I think is like number 4 or 5 right now.
But they must have ranked up pretty quickly.
Yeah, well, it's difficult because you can't ban someone for playing with a cheater if you don't know he's cheating. However, the thing is, he hasn't come out and said he didn't know. Number 1 guy hasn't come out and said he didn't know that number 2 was cheating. So, kind of, you kind of almost think, did he, surely he knew. Now, obviously, the guy who was number 2 came out and said that he didn't know how to disable his hacks because he was new and he just downloaded them to get camos.
That blew my mind when I read that. So he's like
oh, sorry,
he
hold
admits
on.
Admits to everything and says, oh, it's just from camos. What are we talking about right now, bro?
Right. Like, if you are a number 2 player in the world, or because even still, probably before he downloaded hacks, he was probably still pretty high.
Camos?
Like,
we're talking about gun
really?
skins?
Really?
I haven't worried about gun skins in how many games of Call of Duty? Like, what are we talking about right now?
I mean, don't get me wrong, I had gold on a couple of guns in MW.
Yeah!
Actually, you know what? I say a couple of guns, I had...
well, if you have to unlock it all.
I had all gold SARs, all gold SMGs.
Okay.
And snipers as well.
Yeah, but that doesn't, you don't need walls to unlock these.
You don't need walls to do that. That's just putting in grind.
Yeah, it's just time. What are we talking about here? That's complete bullshit. That's what he thought would be the best thing to say at the time about why he got caught. So what did happen? So is computer lagged or something? The server lagged?
I don't know what the hell happened.
It was server lag or something like that. And you could see the red. And I was like,
it's just crazy, man.
God.
I think he was kind of hoping that no one saw it as well.
Which thankfully there was people in his chat that clipped it, or else,
right?
If it was me, no problem, bro. I got maybe 1 or 2 viewers, no problem, dog.
Delete the VOD.
Delete the VOD. Nothing happened. What are we saying?
Quick end stream, delete VOD, start up stream again. Sorry, stream went down, guys.
Stream went down. I don't know what happened there. He didn't do anything. he just kept playing like nobody saw.
Right.
Complain about something else, which I mean, I don't know. I don't know how many people
said
are
because
in
he just
chat.
purchased them that he didn't know how to disable them.
Don't know how to disable.
I mean, come on.
How do you enable them? It's not easy to. I don't think it's easy to install hacks. It's hard for me to install a plugin on OBS. I'm reading everything. I'm like, what are they talking about? Installing this in this folder? I'm already shot.
Right.
Am I just a boomer or what's going on? Do you know how to do all that stuff? Have you installed an OBS plugin or anything like that yet?
I don't think so.
See, that's what I mean. We're chalked, dude. We're done.
I mean, look, I probably would be able to work it out through internet.
You'd have to do a YouTube video.
Probably.
Dude, I have.
It's just nuts, man. It is absolutely crazy.
Rank number 2, but thankfully they took him out. It was very quick.
They removed him the next morning.
Yeah, took him out. I wonder if they locked his account or whatnot.
I'm imagining he got banned.
I mean, I hope so. What did any updates? I saw. Speaking of hackers, I saw Shifty went somewhere and played. Did you see any of that?
No, it was all a show. It was all 100% for views. The whole thing. Didn't bother watching it.
But like,
Um,
what? It's insane to me. Like, this guy is still very confident on Twitter. Like, he's like talking shit to people. Like what was your LAN, KD? Like, because I guess he went to the Vegas event. I'm
mhm.
assuming. I was like, what are you? I can't believe like you got caught for like soft aim, and you're really right now gonna talk crazy to people.
Yeah, I know, and
That's crazy.
I'm still unconvinced because even that video, like I did basically see like, did anything come out of it? Did they confirm he's cheating? And nothing. So I'm still unconvinced he's actually hacking in the first place.
Really?
Even though the clips, yes, are very sus,
I
but
I
you could
was
say that
sold.
about quite a lot of players. That some of their clips are sus, but I just don't know. I mean, look, yeah.
Well, I guess so. He's using
I'm
soft
someone who,
aim.
unless they are fully proven to be cheating, I will not say 100% they're cheating.
Okay.
And there is no real definitive proof that he was cheating.
But why didn't I mean? If you want to clear your name, have somebody respectable, like go on your computer who can like figure out like what you've downloaded and all that stuff. You know what I
Right.
mean? Do like a
Yeah,
computer
and I
share
mean,
screen and have that let them dig through your computer because I mean that's what I think happens in CDL or like any competitive scene
well, I
where
mean, Zlander did that.
he had somebody.
Zlander had someone
Well, yeah,
go through his whole setup, and I mean,
he's
the
not
fact that
cheating.
Zlander, yeah, right. But I mean, like that's what people do to clear their name.
Yeah,
And Shifty didn't do so. I mean, yeah, there is that, but I mean, it's just like
why didn't he do that though? That should be your first thing. If that's your play, if you're not cheating, have somebody do that. That's the first play.
right. I don't disagree with you. I don't.
But I mean, he's still. I mean, he's a much better player than the average player. Obviously, I mean, I don't know what he put up afterwards. I don't know what he put up on that rig, like because they flew him out. He was on like a podcast or something. Is that what he did?
Yeah.
Some like lie
Like I
detector.
said, it was all for views, bro. It was all
Yeah.
for views, and I just wasn't really about it.
Yeah.
So
Heck yeah, brother. Well, it's good finally catching up with you. Where can they find you? You got anything else? Wrap her up, eh?
I think that's all from me. Obviously I'm on Twitch at Illing96, or the same on Twitter and YouTube, and the TikTok, which I haven't posted on in like 6 months.
Gotta make you a TikTok, dude.
I've got a TikTok. I just don't post on
Yeah.
there.
Why don't you post one of your Athena scopes, picking up some clips from your ranks?
Scope is gone. That is the unfortunate thing.
What do you mean it's gone? This must be recent.
Scope has shut down.
Huh?
Yep.
Since when? I'm in the Discord.
Like a week ago.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's a great idea. I mean, it was a great tool.
It was an amazing tool, but unfortunately it has closed.
Showcase? I gotta talk to somebody about that. Interesting.
Yep.
Maybe because they weren't earning any revenue? I don't know. I feel like they had a lot of users. Another one bites the dust, as they say.
Yeah, it's a shame because they were a great company that helped a lot of small streamers out with editing.
Yeah.
Cut down editing time massively in getting clips. So
I mean, it wasn't perfect. Like
no.
There was a lot of times where I was like, dude, I just had a nice 3-piece. Hopefully Athena scope grabbed it.
Right. And they only got like one of the 3. Yeah.
Yeah. So there was that. But like their showcase highlights are pretty lit, where they would add music and do some editing for you. Those are pretty lit. Those are nice to throw up on the old Twitter.
Right.
But
yeah, unfortunately, no more. No more. They're gone.
But I am Monksblood. I'm on the Twitter, Twitch /monks_blood. I'm trying to do a rebrand here soon. I really want to drop the blood and just be monks, but somebody owns it. I might have to reach out and send an email to Twitch. I don't know what kind of pull I got around there. So if you know anybody,
Probably
let me know.
not a lot. You're not a partner or anything.
Let me know if you know anybody. But we'll see you. We don't know when, but we'll see you before Major 3 for sure. We're gonna do.
We'll do probably will be the week
before they start
Major 3. Just because we'll have a little bit to talk to you about what's gone on in the next couple of weeks, I should say.
The best bet to reach
with regards to the Warzone tournament,
Hmm?
the All-Star game and everything like that. And then obviously we'll do our predictions for the first week of Major 3, which I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do with those.
But the best bet would be follow either one of us on Twitter, and we're gonna try to be more active about.
Also follow
tweeting.
Vector on Twitter, obviously.
For sure.
The org that both me and Monks are part of, which is Vector LLC on Twitter.
And the sponsors are sliding through over there. Use the code. We're working on some things. You know what I mean? We're getting it together.
It's a work in progress, guys.
That's it, dude. Under construction. We'll see you when we see you. Cheers.
Have a good one.